But now I'm really looking forward to this game. We have two absolute, really, really good players. Like, I would say Sonic, you could argue he's the best Night Elf together with Foggy right now. Because he's in such a good shape currently. Foggy, obviously, I would rank him a bit over Sonic if they both have a great day. But I think right now they're pretty similar. And yeah, Insup, one of the best NA players. He showed us his skill in the first game against Cookie, but now he will have a tougher opponent. And as you can see, the map,
Tougher Cookie.
just to explain the map, it's not like you don't have to get the boats, and that's something I like. It's an option. As you can see, you can still reach the opponent by land, but it's a very long way. And both players, they have a little boat yard or shipyard. So if you would get the boat, you could probably get to the opponent quicker. And another cool thing is there's a little island, this one here with the green spot, and the creep there has a watcher ward. So whoever gets that little creep first will have vision on the whole ocean, basically. Yeah, and the top right expansion can only be reached by the ships. So that's just a bit for the map. And on the left side, we have a marketplace, a big waterfall, and then like another huge red spot. So there's a bunch of stuff actually happening on that map, and I think it favors human a bit because you can easily fast expand. I'm not sure how quickly you can reach with a ship to to harass the expansion. I didn't see that yet.
Well, on the mini-map, the ship's got a green camp. I don't know what it is, but it can't be too hard if it's a green camp. It must be like 10 levels or below. So that's the question. Can you access that green camp, get that ship, and go straight to that expansion like you're saying? Or is it better just to travel there by land?
I think
At the moment, he's getting there quite quickly by land.
I think you can get the ship and just like don't fight the creeps and just like take the ship and
go away.
That's true. Well, we see in fast expansion from Insup actually. Sonic is coming straight to the main base. Not sure if he's not expecting the
Treant harass.
Yeah, there we go. Treant's coming in.
This is certainly going to keep Insup busy, but then again, he's more or less finished with that creep camp. So returning the Death Knight back to throw some healthy coils onto any acolytes that might get a bit too low.
Yeah, the Death Knight will get level 2 at the same time now while he's creeping the remaining. There's one Tuska fighter left, and that will give him level 2. There we go. It's a lot of treants. 4 treants already.
Oh, yes. Not too much longer to wait for Sonic before he gets even more treants. They do stack up quite largely.
Did he kill an acolyte already, or not yet?
Not yet, but he's got quite a few low, and he's spreading them quite nicely. But then again, Insup's doing a good job keeping them alive. It's really hard to kill the acolytes, I think, these days, because obviously they got buffed with their movement speed and their health regeneration.
2 more treants.
There's a nice cigarette placement too that allows the acolytes to sort of bounce back and forth. So that triggers the pathing of the treants.
Oh, he killed him. He killed him. And that's the second one going down.
The longest melee range ever.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see that treant still killing him because he was kind of out of the way already. But now only 3 treants left, and he's taking care of them. That's going to be extra experience.
No more coils. He can't escape these acolytes. They're trapped. So
one more is going down.
Doesn't get the expand either, Insup. So level 2, still level 1 and a bit for Sonic. He's got an archer army now, so maybe he's going to go very heavy on creeping.
Good point. Oh, there's 2 manual of health at the expansion, actually. The Wisp is scouting that now. And Sonic knows there's no expansion because, yeah, Insup lost too much resources there. It would be a bit risky to still go for the expansion now, I guess.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling that way. Yeah.
He's killing some polar bears instead. There's free time.
A lot of manual of health going down.
Yeah, it's interesting that there are 2 at the, like... Never seen 2 of them
really
right next to each other.
To be honest, versus Undead. So Sonic should maybe consider coming over to pick those up. At least that would, you know, suffice the Twitch chat. They always get a bit triggered if Tomes deck don't get picked up.
Yeah, I do too, actually. Like, sometimes they have the time, and they're just not picking them up. Like, no, I don't do tombs, no. That's below me. Yeah, Sonic is picking them up, especially if it's intelligence. He can use that for the keeper. Reaching level 2, and he's getting creep check now, but Insup is coming too late.
Ah,
Oh,
sentry drop.
he wanted that tomb. Did you see? He was just straight running to the strength tomb, but Sonic got it.
Almost. Tangle keeps the Death Knight away for the time being. Ghoul's trying to encroach on the archers, but they're going to reach the Moonwells, so they're in a really nice, safe position here to fire back.
The spell for the skellies. Oh, he didn't. He missed the left skeleton actually. That was a bit of. That was really close actually.
Can't see this going too well for iNSUP with those Moonwells there.
Yeah, I don't think that this is not an all-in for sure. He's just checking out the situation. Maybe he was looking to cancel some production buildings, like on the right side. We have 2 Ancient Winds. Sonic going for Mass Air.
Wow.
Not bad on this map, I think.
Yeah, I'd advise it. Any map like this, definitely. So I assume iNSUP will be going Gargoyles. I have no idea how to deal with Gargoyles as a Night Elf player versus Undead. I don't know. When people do that against me when I was playing as Night Elf, they're a nightmare to deal with, and they just get stronger and stronger as they build up in numbers.
iNSUP did not see the Ancient Winds, right? He didn't scout them. I think he saw the altar and then went south.
He caught them. No, especially since it's nighttime.
Yeah, exactly. Night Elves can see a bit further once they have the upgrade for everyone.
The Sentry Wall placement's awesome, though, by iNSUP, because Sonic probably doesn't know that that's a drop on this map, or he's not really thinking that.
Yeah.
If you're more familiar with the standard maps, you kind of
Exactly.
know, especially if you're a pro player, you probably know exactly what can potentially drop. So
yeah, and that's the whole point. The whole point of setting up these cups, to see how will the pro players adapt to new situations, because nobody will play it like, maybe they played the map every now and then, maybe in the old cup, the previous cup, but not on ladder. It's not on ladder pool, so you can't practice it on a daily basis unless you play custom games. So.
All right, Hippo Riders are unveiled. I've always wondered when it comes to air units, do you hold them back for as long as you can before revealing, but then you don't do damage with them? Because you try to get as much of a big impact. Do you see what I mean?
You want to have the surprise, element of surprise, I guess.
Yeah, but then he got 2 ghouls for that, so it's like...
I think it depends on the situation. Like, here he cancelled the... Well, I think he could have held them back a bit longer, because he was not really doing much. Yeah, he was like, iNSUPERABLE was killing the expansion and then he was retreating anyway. Oh man, that Entangle, picking up another ghoul. He's 3.5 already.
That's good value.
Yeah, he caught up in experience actually. Gargoyles coming.
Look at the shot. You know what's happening. Check the bottom right. Here it goes.
Oh yeah, nice. That's a tanky keeper, no?
Yeah. And he's got the clarity from the shot that he's put. That's convenient.
Yeah.
Keeps an eye on the goal line, but you can also refresh his keeper.
That shot placement was awesome, actually. And even if he would lose it later, it's so cheap, you can just rebuild it again.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, he dropped the archers on the ground and smashed one of the gargoyles instantly. Because the Hippo Riders, once they don't have an archer on the back anymore, they're so strong. I think you would need like 1.5 gargoyles to kill 1 Hippo, or like roughly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, Hippos are very, very solid anti-air. They just suffer when the Lich gets a bit powerful and the Frost Nova comes into play. Because the Undead will basically try to kite them and get as much value with Frost Nova, hitting the bulk of the Hippos.
Man, I must... okay, now we have a fight. I will finish that thought later. He's not ready to fight with his gargoyles. He only has 5 gargoyles against 6 Hippo Riders, 7 actually, and a bunch of archers. Using another ghoul there, and the keepers need level 4 now.
Yeah, I'd say Sonic is almost ready, you know? Like, he's almost there. Like, look at the amount of food and units he has. He's got a lot of control here, but what does he do?
Hippo, finally one thing going iNSUPERABLE's way, killing a Hippo. And he's nearly level 4 as well. Somehow he caught up with experience, despite losing quite a lot. He's actually a bit ahead in experience now again, just a tiny bit.
Oh, big 7 gargoyles now for iNSUPERABLE.
Both getting a level up there, but a nice coil to save the gargoyle. Oh, pretty close fight. But I think, yeah, Sonic is ahead, especially with the archers.
iNSUPERABLE really trying to bait those Hippos in. Because the Gargs do have very nasty attack damage, like burst damage. Whereas I think the Hippos are like more consistent and reliable. But the Gargs can get a few right clicks in, that's it. They'll burst down quickly.
It's chasing now.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? I wouldn't have thought that would have been the way this goes, but...
Zack, killed another one.
You see that?
Yeah, look at that.
First 1 Hippo down. Got exactly the right number of Gargs there.
Yeah. Oh man, I think one hippo extra and it would be the other way around. It's a super close battle there. Oh, the keeper's quite low. Is there? There's another
Yes.
coil. There's one more coil. Ah, he's forcing him to a TP. Nicely done there by iNSUP. Now the expansion, it's not fully saturated. The gold mine is just entangling now. So if you can kick that expansion, then I would say we have a really crazy comeback. Actually, it looked so good for Sonic. Like
He might
5
get the
minutes ago.
gold mine down here. That's just about right, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
sure.
gonna hurt. Oh, he needs to bring those hippers in and he can save the gold mine.
Yeah, but he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose them.
I know, but otherwise he's gonna start that gold mine from scratch. Oh,
Yeah,
it's gonna be rough.
yeah, he killed the gold mine. Well done by iNSUP there. And he will win the air battle still. He has so many gargoyles now. The archers are super low as well. 2-for-1 trade. It's like the summer sale. Or how do you have like how's it called in England? You know, when they sell like the clothes from winter in the summer. You know, it's the winter
Season
Schlussverkauf.
change or something like that.
Season change.
sure.
Okay.
I guess. I'm not sure.
You're not much of a shopper yourself, I guess. I hate shopping personally.
No, the most I do is probably bring down some shorts from the loft once it gets hot enough and start wearing shorts instead of jogging trousers. I wouldn't say I've got much style, really, when it comes to clothing. I haven't changed it since I was like 15 years old.
Who
I was
cares?
quite happy with
We're
how I
Warcraft
clothed
players.
then.
We don't care about style.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Sonic is
found
doing the
my
same
comfort
thing.
zone.
Oh, sorry.
Just
go ahead.
t-shirt, jogging trousers, and trainers. That was good for me.
So Sonic just repeated the same thing. He cancelled the gold mine while it was in construction. So both of them are trying to expand, and both of them, the skeletons are cancelling the mine again. Are you kidding me?
That's a good pickup. Well, nicely done there with those skeletons. Wow.
Why is there no wisp? Sonic. You should have wisps everywhere, especially at your expansion. Level
He
5
got a
Death
good
Knight.
chunk of lumber.
When did he get level 5? Does he have like an extra boost of experience or something like that? Well, he's tier 3. That gives him extra
Yeah, he
experience.
doesn't. He's only tier 2, so it's only 15%, but I guess he's just killed enough.
Yeah.
Oh, a bit of a standoff. That's a huge amount of Gargs, though.
No TP on Death Knight. He needs to be careful against the Entangle. Yeah, but
I think the
it's...
challenge now is for Sonic to keep not only his hippos alive, but also his level 1 alchemist. So his level 1 alchemist can actually level up. There's nothing more painful than having a second hero at level 1 that keeps getting killed over and over by undead Death Knight coils.
That acid bomb is helping a lot now in the air battle. But he still doesn't quite have the right number of Hippo Riders, I think. One of them is about to die. Look at them now. Oh, big air battle now. It's a bit messy. Who's gonna win? Oh, it looks like the Gargoyles have to retreat this time. He's calling one of them now. And now the it's a back and
Tug
forth.
of war, isn't it,
Yeah.
at the moment?
So close. Really see both players here very careful. Oh, heal scroll used by the undead. Still, the -3 armor, that's kind of wrecking down these gargoyles. How do the expansions look? iNSUP, yeah, they will basically be mining at the same time, roughly. 3 more wisps needed for Night Elf, and yeah, as soon as the Haunted Goldmine is done, he will have 5 Acolytes. Actually, one of them is missing. He's coming from the main now.
I feel like iNSUP's going to have a good advantage going into this, though, when it comes to creeping. Because that's a huge amount of Gargs, and there's a lot of Hippos that aren't actually being utilized at the moment for DPS purposes.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't look like he wants the creep. He's coming in for the creep. Jack.
Ooh! That's... Oh, Archer dies instantly against the coil. That was an overkill. And now we got the next air battle. I think... it's so close, to be honest, to tell. Upgrade-wise, it's both a 0-0. Nobody... Everyone is just pumping out units rather than getting upgrades.
Yeah, because of how fast these air units attack and how quickly they can kill one another, it is very touch and go.
Another big fight. Who's gonna come out as a winner here? It's so close. It's super close, man.
Lovely pullback on those injured Gargs.
Oh, two hippos are very hurt now, but he can't afford to stop. If he would attack again, he will lose all... Oh, he's doing it now. He's killing off one, losing a gargoyle in return. Oh my god, it's so close.
I was wondering where iNSUP's second hero is. Ah, the Lich is now halfway through. So he really needs that, I think, to help in these air battles. Like I say, with that Frost Nova, it's going to make a big difference. It slows down like the attack and movement speed, doesn't it? I believe. As well as does a chunk of damage. Even Criplord, Dreadlord third could be quite good
Oh,
for
yeah.
Carrion Swarm if it really is going to continue with air.
I like that both players have an expansion now, so we will probably see some high-level heroes in this game. Like they are already kind of high, but they will get even higher. Oh, look at the Ice Tuck Mammoth, it's a creep that we usually don't really see. He wants to have like some fun with their archers.
They got a chunk of health, haven't they, those mammoths? 925.
And that's just a level 5 creep.
Yeah. It's quite beastie.
I think they have some bigger mammoths on the red spot, I think.
There's always a bigger mammoth.
That was the wisdom of the day. Oh man, these gargoyles don't look healthy. I think he should switch maybe into, I don't know, fiends? I don't know.
Here it is, the value crossover. But wow!
Last second!
Star.
1 HP. And he saved the archer as well with that.
Yeah, really good move there. If you're going to play Night Elf, you got to get your staff game on point.
Yeah, 1 HP saves. That's the way it must be. If you save it with 2 HP, you lost a bit of time.
So you failed.
Scroll the beast there for Sonic. That would be huge as well if he decides to use it. But I think right now it's not going to... They don't look like they're ready to fight. Although maybe they are... Oh, Scroll the beast coming in now. Scroll used the first out of 2 for Undead. And
These hippos are starting to slowly encroach in number, and the acid bomb is just relentless. There's still another acid bomb and maybe a second one after that, given enough time.
Yeah. Plus 13. Scroll the beast. He's fighting despite the scroll. Oh, but he's killing off all the hippos! Despite the scroll!
I think he overextended just a little bit too much there.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So Sonic
really
only
good
left with his
pick up
archers
there
here.
for Insup. Alright, now we can use the 125 mana Animate Dead. That they got with the new patch.
Get some archers back. Oh yeah, and now the Coil Nova kiting game starts with the Unholy Aura. You're just so nicely able to.
Look how many treants are at the expansion as well. Bottom right.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, Sonic.
Oh.
Sonic never says GG, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, fair enough.
Job's
Or
done.
maybe he says GG so fast you just can't see it.
That could be the reason why we never see it, yeah. I never thought of that, actually.
It's in the name.
Alright, let's see.
That was such a shame. I think he did really well there, actually, to keep up with the undead. Because, like I said, as soon as the undead starts going gargs, I just fall apart completely.
Yep.
But it's just a shame he overextended a little bit, and I feel like that cost him the game.
I can do that.
Yeah, we got the second game name. It's a continuation of the first game name, basically. Yeah, I felt like, okay, he kind of lost his, yeah, all his hippos. That was kind of a bummer for him. But he had an expansion. He could have tried to switch into some other units, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, mountain giants. I mean, dryads get killed so quickly by gargs. That's what I mean. You're kind of limited. Archers are kind of okay for staying at base and defending, but then the undead is likely to bring out some ghouls just to deal with those archers, and then they fall really quickly.
Okay, game is up. Sonic already said go, go, go. I had to like calm him down.
It's the rune.
All right. Yeah, it's the rune map again. But to be honest, I don't think we will see it, especially if we have 2 high-level players facing each other. I don't think they will bother with the rune much. Insup is actually at the bathroom. Okay. All right, now he's back. Cool, and then we have Happy against Kevin. Kevin from Germany, a Night of player. And Happy is playing Undead in this cup, I think. I think Sonic played Happy as well in the last ESL Cup.
Okay.
Right, and we got our second game.
I can do that. Work.
Score 1-0 Insup. That's actually, like, Sonic certainly was the favorite for me there, so that's a interesting start there. Insup taking the first map. Even on Europost. Remember, he's North American, so... And Lino from Germany is hosting this game, so I think he would have a slight ping disadvantage. Probably not that much,
Ah.
but
I definitely think this is going to be Crypt Lord, by the way, because
oh,
there was a
yeah.
delay of the final Acolyte, which incentivizes a very early hero. So it's either very fast Death Knight Harass or definitely inspired with the new patch to go heavy into Crypt Lord. I'm interested to see what comes out of that altar.
Yeah, same here. Ah, chat is just saying iNSUPE has 120 ping on Europe. That's actually pretty good, man. Have you ever tried playing on Netties with 200, 250 ping?
No.
It's so annoying,
Nah.
man. I gave up on it. Like I couldn't be bothered. It's not fun anymore. Death Knight. Ah, too bad. No Crypt Lord.
I really thought it might have been because it was like this feel for this charging hero, but I know Death Knight early harass with ghouls is also really strong versus Night Elf, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was that. Warden is a interesting
Yeah.
pickup by Sonic.
Yeah, against the...
I think Happy's inspired quite a few Warden players since he's recently tried a few Night Elf games in the cups because he's been requested to do so by his
He was
fans.
bored by winning with Undead all the time, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed he was like skipping Blink. I don't know if he exclusively skips Blink, but he went like Fan of Nice and Shadow Strike, which is kind of really cool because Blink is awesome, but if you're never using it, it's essentially a dead spell.
I
And
saw
you
the
can say that
game.
about anything, I guess, but the Fan of Knives and the Shadow Strike, you can do some real burst damage with that.
I saw his level 10 Warden game. That was pretty sick. That's the one that I remember. The other ones, often I watch like the VODs on YouTube and I do something else at the same time. And unless it's like a really, really crazy game that kind of gets my attention, I kind of forget what happened. So that's the only game I remember from the Cup final. I think it was against... Who did he play? Was it Play? No, who was it again? Where he played Night Elf. I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
Oh, got some little scout here with the wisps. He wants to get off the... yeah, he got the detonate, but he missed the skeletons. He tried
He
some mana,
wanted
though.
it because it would have given him level 2 in the Warden.
Yeah, but nice reaction from iNSUPE. He moved away his Skellies and Death Knight, so he could only hit one of them. Is the one coming to creep the last Rook?
Oh, yes.
Oh, he wants to have the Ghoul.
Uh,
That's a lot of stuff there for iNSUPE.
This looks very awkward at the moment.
He needs another Wisp. There would be 3 Skellies and some mana drain.
Settling for the Death Knight.
Oh,
Just
Shadow
don't
Strike.
get surrounded because there's no way out.
iNSUPE got the experience. Very close to level 2 for his aura now. Oh. Oh, that will be level 2 for the Warden. And
Well, he can go Blink now, I suppose, because he got level 2.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
okay. That saves him.
Nice save with the Wisp. He needs another Wisp. You should always have a Wisp around against this kind of rod of...
Oh, you say that, but you'll be surprised how many Wisps you go through sometimes, and then you're like, oh, I got no lumber now.
Yeah, true.
So it's like you've either got to overcompensate with Wisps. I don't know how many Wisps a Night Elf player has to feel comfortable making before they can tech versus an Undead, because they know they're going to be using at least 1 or 2 versus Skeletons.
Yeah, I get your point with the fact that the Wisps are actually used to get lumber as well, because as an Orc player, facing Wisps all the time, I oftentimes get very angry with them, and I'm like, oh damn it, another Wisp, and it feels like they're for free, you know, but of course that's just me being on tilt when I lose a game against Night Elf. Of course you need to rebuild them, it costs money, so it's not a free detonate, but it's still a pretty sweet option for the Night Elves to have. Maybe he's gonna detonate one more now.
Okay, it's headache time for Sonic, as he's got to deal with multiple ghouls and Death Knights running rampant in his base, trying to pick off whatever can be possible. Actually, very heavy focus on the Warden there, but I guess that's because he's got a good surround, so he may as well do the damage he can. But I think he'd want to put as much effort into fighting archers or wisps here. Because it always feels like the Warden could probably run away if she needs to.
Or have a sip from the fountains. One Moonwell has 140 mana left, so he can still recover his Warden a little bit. But he really wants to get that Death Knight.
I mean, there is a Shadow Strike coming soon.
Yeah. How much mana is
level
it?
2
How much mana is it?
on the iNSUPE, so no Unholy Aura. Oh, he gave up.
He's killing more ghouls instead now. It's also nice. There's so many Moonwells. He has 5. He's building the 5th Moonwell just for the heal, I guess.
Right.
Oh,
iNSUPE with the early GG there. Sees the level 3 Warden. Maybe that was the turning point for him.
Oh. Quick one.
Job's done.
Alright. Well, we're gonna see a 3rd map. It's always nice.
Yeah, there was 18 kills there for Sonic, and only 4 for INSUP, so I guess he just felt like the game wasn't going well enough his way.
Yeah. He couldn't really get anything done. He didn't kill a single unit, but he lost a lot of wisps. His death net was very low. He had no plan B, like an expansion or so. So it was kind of
Yeah.
like an all-in push already, just without towers. Strange.
Yeah, I quite like the way Sonic placed his buildings. It's kind of like this. They give enough space, but only just enough. So he can always keep Moonwells close when he needs to, but he can always hide behind the building so the ghouls can't get a good surface area surround.
Yeah.
So it's really nicely done. Pretty well designed for dealing with that harass.
So this time, no rage quit from Sonic. I really like the guy. I think he's a really likable guy. You really feel with him when he's losing because of I don't know, some very close situation. And then he's losing the game with the Zeppelin drop, for instance. And you can really feel his disappointment and anger, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I got the game name, but I think it's not. Now it's up.
Yeah, I'm in it. Northwatch hold.
Nice. Okay, cool. Um, Sonic is missing, actually. So, and after that, we're going to see Happy against Kevin. As I said, they're not going to play it in parallel. Semifinals, I put it in the rules as well, actually. I always want to cast both semifinals. I think that's like a must-have.
Yeah.
Would be a shame if you missed one of them. Yeah, while we have some time to wait for the third game to start, guys, I have the next cup already like announced, because right now, or from now on, I will have a cup every 2 weeks on Thursdays at the same time. So I will have one Tavern Brawl and one New Horizons Cup per month, basically. And this is actually the first time that I can announce the next cup while casting the current cup. So it's going to be Tavern Brawl 3. And since we had a lot of, let's say, problems with the one-on-one format, where Night Elves were a bit in an advantage because of the fact that they can, they have a good synergy with Tavern Heroes compared to the other races, and we saw Happy playing Night Elf, Cash playing Night Elf. So now I moved the 2-on-2 aspect from the New Horizons Cup into the Tavern Brawl. So Tavern Brawl will be 2-on-2 with only Tavern Heroes. And the map pool, I had to do it because I love the map, and it's sadly not in the map pool. It's basically the Champions Ladder map pool, but I put Synergy in there. I love Synergy. What do you think about Synergy?
Oh, I'm not sure.
You're not
It
sure?
rings a bell, and I'm not sure if it's a good bell.
Well, I just like the fact that both players start next to each other. It brings back memories to StarCraft. There was a modus where you could play one race with 2 people. It kind of reminds me of that. I don't know why. But anyway, you can, we have a code for that. So Tavern3 is the code. You just click on contribute, put the code in there, and it will add 50 cents, sponsored by Matcherino, basically. You can also use the quests on the right, where you just retweet something. And if you want to be a main sponsor and have your name listed on the cast, just like Utzel Brutzel, I think he's German, and Courageous, those were the top 2 guys, top 2 contributors for the current cup. And we already have a silver supporter here for the Tavern Brawl, so we already have $42 before I even announced the cup, because it's not really official. This is the first time I mentioned the cup. I will put a news in the next couple of days. So feel free to check out the options there. And we got the next game, as I can hear in the background, so let's switch back into the game.
I can do that. Where?
Warden again with Sonic. So he was like, that Warden gave me victory, it's time to repeat.
Yeah. And the map is pretty cool. It's like a mix of a desert and like green summer tile set map.
It's quite nicely done, actually, yeah. I was just having a little look around. The aesthetics feel quite lived in and vibrant. Yeah, there's sunken ruins as well, tree doodads.
Yeah,
So
lots of
it's
corpses.
a bit of everything.
I wonder where the Wisp is right now. What kind of corpse is that? That must have been a huge dinosaur kind of thing or so. Long dead. Death Knight again for INSUP. Against the Warden. And yeah, we're gonna see the AOW creep. I like maps that have these little bonfires, you know, where the AOW is walking now at to the camp. Now you can't see it. It's the fog of war's in the way. Now you can see it again. I like these
It's
cozy
back.
little fire spots there.
It would make more sense if there was some humanoid mobs.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of lobsters which would be basically put on the thing, as well as lizards. Like, using
Oh.
that bonfire. Are they cannibals?
Richard, everyone enjoys a nice bonfire, even lobsters and lizards.
I guess so. I mean, they got a pig on there, so they must know what they're doing.
Yeah. They're not vegetarians for sure. Anyway, well, it's not that hard actually. I think with an AOW, no camp is really that hard from the green or orange camps in the early game. Yeah, we're seeing some killed spiders. It looks like it was spiders. I missed it, but yeah, I think it's spiders for INSUP. It's going down
I
south
wonder if he's
now.
going to go very heavy Sonic with like the troll gameplay. I see this a lot with Night Elves, really picking up the Shadow Priest and the Berserker almost on cooldown relentlessly through like the first half of the game.
That's an
Really
option.
build up a very strong army doing that.
He's got the second Wisp in the north already, positioned to grab the Mercs from INSUP as well.
Good point.
Ooh, scroll the Beast again for INSUP. No, wait, last time
Yeah.
it was for Sonic, right? In the first game. Yeah, Sonic had the scroll the Beast. Oh, the Wisp is gonna
it.
be big! Oh, level up! I love the Wisp detonates if I don't have to play against him myself. Ooh, another nice fan of knives, killing off another ghoul, or then... Yeah, no coil. No mana left on the DK. And there's
He
another
did a
fan
good
of
job trying
knife.
to keep the ghoul alive a long time though.
God. Wait,
Make
did
it
he
awkward this
did
time.
he buy that creep? Oh no, that's a creep. That
Nurgle Tide Warrior is kind of
yeah.
weird, throwing me off a bit.
I was not sure if Sonic bought him, but
Yeah,
wait, did he?
INSUP's got it. He must, I don't
Oh
know
my
if he
God.
bought them or he got them from doing the Creek camp, and they're like a summon. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Wait,
Must
are you
be
sure it's
something like
his? I think it's
I don't know because I can't explain it otherwise.
no. Now he's attacking. He would attack himself now. It just looked like it.
It did, didn't it? As soon as it started going for that archer or the priest, I was like, hang on a second.
Oh man,
It looked like he was controlling.
that was confused. Yeah, it looked. Yeah, exactly. It looked like somebody
Right,
controlled that.
that was
critter.
that then. The Berserker has been purchased, and Priest is available as well.
By the way, you can't. The Merc camps here, they are like the Lawrence Sun tile set camp, so they're. Yeah, you can't get these kind of creeps here anyway. So
Good point.
confusion is cleared, but that really looked like somebody's controlling. Or maybe Blizzard enhanced the AI and it just looks like a real player nowadays.
That's it. Throwing us off.
Yeah.
Sonic is halfway through already. Getting close to his level 3 mark, especially after this Creek camp, no problem.
They have Bloodlust even now. Oh, big mana potion, but they changed the mana potion. Only 250 mana for the big one now.
Still really good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you would still say 250 is very, very good.
The small one is giving 150 now or 100? I can't remember.
The small one was changed to be 50 gold cheaper and 25 less mana, I think, if I remember correct. So, what was it, like 150 mana? That's 125 mana. I'm not exactly sure, actually. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I'm sure the chat will educate us on that. Twitch chat always knows everything. I'm sure
They do.
Same for you, right?
They're very wise.
And they have the power of
When it-
googling something, which I can't do now. While casting.
Yeah. Oh, Star for teleportation on the Warden.
He wants
She's
to do
going to be
some
all over
aggressive-
the place. Yeah, there's 2 priests. 1 archer picked off, but a fair chunk of damage taken on the Death Knight. Now the ghouls coming in is really going to mess this up. Oh, well,
yeah.
I should have spoken so quickly because that Phantom Knight's hit hard. Really hard. Does get a Berserker though. But the ghouls have almost gone.
Yeah.
That's it,
2 left.
practically.
The priests are putting up quite some damage as well. And they can dispel all the skellies, but they're running slow on mana now.
Yeah, 75 mana for Abolish Magic on the priests.
The Warden is still
Probably
hungry.
why.
She wants more ghouls. Still got the
Inside
greater
would
mana
wanna kill
potion.
it.
There's no Frost Tower. She can just do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Uh...
The tech is
Oh,
only
the
a
greater
third.
mana potion. That is so painful right now for INSUP.
Yeah.
He's going to reach tier 2. He's going to go for gargoyles, but he's not going to have the money to actually
Oh my
produce
god!
them.
He's losing all the echoes. Are you kidding me?
Level 4 warden.
Forces are under attack.
This is like the ghouls can't even possibly defend this.
Yeah, they
The
will die
entire
as well.
economy.
What the heck?
He does have the expansion ticking, but
Yeah.
will it compensate enough? It's effectively back onto 1 base, minus 1 acolyte.
And he's gonna have problems with the lumber income. This is the last lumber ghoul as well.
So iNSUP moving in here, but Sonic has that staff, doesn't even have to use the town portal to get back, and all these moonwells, so there's no real threat, I think, from an attack, despite how many units there might be.
Insub
So
base looks
very-
like it's like that somebody called the order to evacuate. It's just empty. There's nothing in his main right now.
True. Yeah, the sirens were like going off, and that was it. Get to the bunker.
Yeah.
Warden's coming.
Yeah, there's a lost bunker somewhere. You still remember
Hey,
the
that
numbers?
sounds like a Warcraft 3 map. That could be in the next cup.
Yeah.
Or the next cup after that cup. After you just announced it. So.
Yeah.
Lost bunker.
Lost.
Does.
I think I have enough cups for now. Oh, he's got a new mana potion, so that's 125. Now it's confirmed. And actually the Twitch chat confirmed the 2 things, guys. Yeah, but Death Knight, he's coming home. Slowly there's new life in his little main town. It could also be like, you know, during COVID times when the streets are empty. That's how in some space.
It's a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Yeah.
The survivors have come back to this terrible scenario.
By the
This
way,
warden
Sonic's-
wreaking rampage.
Sonic's expansion is also up now on the 9 o'clock position.
That expansion looks a lot more comfortable this time as opposed to the last game. So
Yep.
he's not worried about gargoyles anytime soon. In fact, there's a fiend here, so maybe iNSUP's had a change of mind.
Yeah, he's pumping fiends now. He's got plenty of ghouls as well, so no more lumber problems for him soon. Still quite low on lumber right now, but yeah. He's creeping his merc camp as well.
Yeah, he needs to catch up, I'd say, after that. Oh,
He's luring them in to the blight. Nice.
Demon Hunter. Don't normally see Demon Hunter as a second hero, but I'm not completely familiar with the meta.
Yeah, that's true. Warden, usually you see her alone to reach level 6 as soon as
it.
possible. Oh my god, he has to abandon that creep set actually. Just by the presence of the Demon Hunter, that's enough to keep iNSUP away.
Most fun hero in the game with the mana burn.
Yeah. Oh, wow, Sonic's Ancient of Lore is really busy there. Lots of stuff queued up. The other one is not doing anything. It just finished a second ago though. And he wants more acolytes. He's not done killing acolytes yet. He does not like them. 2 more
So
down.
much experience with this warden. Maybe he felt like the game's going so well that he can actually get the second hero and not impact on the warden that much.
Yeah, he killed another 4 acolytes actually. I would like to have an acolyte kill count now. Well, it's 9. Now it's 10. But yeah, to have like a little number somewhere.
Player's forces are under
Yeah,
attack.
I was gonna say no.
Oh my god, the Demon Hunter died.
Staff was available though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Hmm. That was a pretty
Bye-bye.
brutal potion and coil though, quite quick. So
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I actually missed it because I was looking at iNSUP's main at the same
Oh,
time.
right.
I just saw the last second when that Demon Hunter went down. Oh, Wrench and Sea Turtle
iNSUP
now.
basically took a potion and like coiled him almost point blank range. So very little time to react to that.
There's a Razorman Chieftain. He can do the healing words, right? He would not be sleeping. He's sleeping now while his friends are being attacked. What's up with that dude, man?
This is really nicely done by iNSUP, completely manipulating the AI there.
Oh
Making
my
it take
god.
a long way around.
I thought the
Doing no damage.
tower would kill the last, get the last hit. I was really looking at it, and but he got the experience.
Here comes the warden.
That could
Will
be a
she
new
be
song
so
from the Beatles.
successful? Orb of
Comes.
Venom's going to help to keep these acolytes low.
Oh,
Yeah,
double
that's
kill
brutal.
again. Level 5 nearly. Then it's gonna be even more powerful.
Demon Hunter creeping along with the bears. Slowly but surely. A lot of bears actually, so it won't even be that slow anymore.
He's getting Ancient of Wind as well.
Yeah, I'm feeling for Insup here. He needs to get that Lich Orb of Corruption, but he's halfway through onto tier 3. Slaughterhouse in the back, most likely for statues to help keep his army alive. Warden coming back for more trouble. Halfway onto her mana pool with the clarity. So it's just like trying to nuke her straight away.
He's
Keep her
like,
low.
die! Don't kill my acolytes.
He doesn't want her to feel comfortable at all.
Yeah,
This is
Demon
so
Hunter
harsh,
will
though.
soon be level 3, and then the mana burn will really kick in.
He's not letting himself get too distracted.
Man, the Warden is nearly dead, actually. Did he get another coil on the way out?
Throwing
Oh.
coils whenever he could.
Creepjack coming in. Oh, and there's
This
no way
is-
to go. Like, the trees are blocking him. Sonic! Ah, okay, now he's seeing it.
Run!
Now, man, if Sonic would have noticed this a bit earlier, he could have trapped him in the trees. That's a nasty spot, actually, for Creepjacks. He can't run away.
Still manages to force the TP though, because of how scary that army is. Insup not given the chance of giving any more experience. I felt like he coiled a full health fiend there for a second. Not sure if I'm seeing things going
Did Sub
crazy.
scout this expansion on the left side already? Or is he not aware of that yet? Not sure.
Wow, big dragon turtle. Let's go.
Oh my god, the fiend will go down! One more hit! Oh, Insup! He lost the
Splash
fiend.
damage from the
Yeah.
lightning lizard.
But level 10 turtle, that's a one. 2000 HP.
He's huge. He also casts Crushing Wave, which you just saw there.
Yeah.
Massive damage. That's something the Naga Royal Guards have, and it's one of the things that makes them notoriously strong.
One more. Yeah, there's another one.
Yikes. He
He's
needs to
killing
kill
a
this
bear.
quickly.
He's killing a bear as well. Oh man.
Really good item though. It's worth losing a bear over.
Yeah. But still, he could have
Not
saved the
ideal.
bear with the reju if he wanted to. Oh, the Naga coming in again, killing off some more acolytes. Invisible Naga, actually. Warden.
Sneaky. Oh wow.
One more Fair Nice, and will he split them nicely, or he's actually not
Let's
bothering
try.
to come back? He's creeping. No?
Town is under siege.
He's getting tired of the warden, that's for sure.
Yeah. And now he
Now,
will see
here
all the
we go.
bears. TP.
I don't know how he handles this, but a good position would certainly help to start off with. Orb of Corruption on the Lich, very vital here to help melt those bears one by one with the Fiend focus.
But,
Bears starting to encroach very heavily though, cornering Insup, always on the
Ouch.
move back. That head of knife damage so high, Fiends can't even sort of go back and hit at all here.
I love the addition of the Hippo Riders. Insup giving up. He's blaming the maps. Come on, Insup.